Hi everyone, this is Habiba and welcome back to the second season of Drop a Pin. Kicking start the season as usual with basketball and dropping its first pin in Auckland, New Zealand. Today I have a top defensive player who scored a season high of 12 points against Western Illinois this past weekend. He is that guy who hunts down whatever he puts in mind. Speaking of self-discipline, I say Kruz Perrott-Hunt. Hi Kruz.
Hey, how's it going, Habiba?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing good. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's begin. In your sports career, how did you enjoy playing any other sports?
Um, I enjoy playing. You said other sports?
Yeah, other than basketball.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I played a little bit of volleyball. So I like doing that as well as a little bit of rugby and soccer as well. So I mean, I was pretty multi-sported during high school, especially, and in my younger days, I guess.
What made you stick with basketball?
I think it was just always been around the environment. Like my family has always been a part of the basketball community. My mom's a coach. My sister is over here as well with basketball, and my dad used to play football as well. So
So it's an athletic family, I see.
yeah,
Where is your sister here?
she's in Ohio. She used to go to North Dakota, but which was nice because she was closer. But I mean, yeah, she's over in Ohio as a GA for the basketball team she was with.
When did you start taking basketball seriously?
Um, I don't think there was a certain point. I think maybe my last year was probably the closest thing to it, with having, I guess, a big year in terms of um, being in the national team, going over to trips overseas for basketball, on invitationals, and playing in high school basketball, winning a national championship. I think all of that kind of it wasn't really a moment. It was more of a overall process of thinking that I can actually do it. You know?
Built up, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of trips overseas, how many countries have you visited or where?
Yeah. I've been to a few. I think probably 10 to my count. But beautiful places. I've been to a few of them multiple times, thanks to basketball, of course.
Which one is your favorite?
Well, my roommate wants me to say Greece, which I definitely think it's up there as one of the top ones. But I think there and Guam was a great place. It's almost like Hawaii a little bit, as well as kind of I think more of like Jordan because I don't think anybody's really been to Jordan where I'm from, and so it was kind of a cool experience to get away from like the normal places like Asia and the Americas and Europe. Oh well, yeah, and
Okay,
Europe.
so you said Greece under the influence of Tassos.
Yeah, yeah, tassels.
You were named top defensive player at the Nike Asia camp in China in summer 2018. Tell me about the whole thing and were you expecting that?
Um, well, the whole experience was kind of it was a new one because I haven't really been by myself, I guess, without a team going on the trip as well. So I went by myself. It was an invitational Nike camp to China. I'm not sure where in China it was, but it was a really nice place. They had they had the hotel for us, just for us athletes, and the facilities were really nice and new. But I think it was just a good experience, just seeing different types of play, especially overseas. Always love seeing how other cultures and stuff mingle, and so it's also about the social part. I quite enjoy that. Um, but yeah, in terms of the defensive player of the camp, I guess I didn't really expect it because I don't know. That's just kind of the way that I play and the way that I was kind of brought up, I guess, playing basketball.
But you were specially selected for this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, great job.
Thank you.
How did you choose South Dakota? Why USD?
That's a question I've always been asked, especially being here, being in the Midwest and kind of being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um, but I think for me, I coming into my visit here in November before actually coming here, um, I just thought that if I liked the place, if it was a homely environment, and I could see myself here for 4 years, I'd do it. And so when I came on my visit, I just thought, like, this is perfect. Like, there's new facilities. It is a homely environment. I have an Australian as an assistant coach. I have an Australian as a teammate and a roommate, and different internationals that are going through the same thing. So I mean, it was perfect, I guess, in terms of that homely energy and that homely
Yeah.
environment, so I wouldn't get homesick.
Yeah, it's really important for us as internationals to kind of
Yeah,
feel like home somewhere.
yeah, 100%.
Tell me about like a proud moment for you, either on and off the court, ever since you've been to USD.
Wow, I think probably my proudest moment was uh, in playing basketball was when I was in my last year of high school, and I was selected to trial, I guess, for the national team. And so when I got that call up, I never thought it was coming. And so the assistant coach of the national team kind of called me and said, we need you to come in and kind of, the feeling was kind of come in and fill in numbers. And so that was what was kind of said. And so I kind of just went in with a mindset that I wanted to be able to make the team. And so I practiced a lot and got up a lot of reps before going into that, and just honestly I thought I killed it. And so they called me back afterwards and said that I'd made the team, and it was unreal. I was proud of myself. I was proud that I could represent my family at the national level. And so yeah, it was a moment like none other, I guess.
I know it's the best feeling when all the hard work pays off finally.
Yeah, yeah.
You had a great physical transformation in a really short period of time. It's really amazing that how where did you get the will to do that? Tell me about it.
No, yeah. I think coming out of my first season, my coaches kind of told me that I need to be able to guard bigger players and kind of be stronger, fitter, faster coming back. And so my mindset was I've always wanted to be a little bit bigger than I was. And so I asked one of my trainers back home, like, can you get me to eat right? Can you get me in the gym and make me lift weights and have a program for me? And so I just committed fully, and I guess the results were more than I expected, especially in the span that we went. And so yeah, it was really cool.
Tell me your favorite life quote.
Life quote. So
Kind of deep.
I think, yeah, my favorite life quote is from Kung Fu Panda. It's from Master Oogway, and it says, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present." And I think it's an awesome quote, just because it's Master Oogway. First of all, I love Kung Fu Panda. But second of all, like it's very relevant to me. I mean, it's all about staying in the moment and being thankful for being here, and looking forward to what's happening tomorrow.
You are a really good communicator. Does that affect your studying? Like, what is your major?
My major is psychology, and I'm minoring in sports management. And so I I want to be a sports psychologist if I don't play basketball, or I guess. Yeah. So I mean, it kind of fits hand in hand, especially being in the basketball industry as well. I want to get into to still being a part of sports teams as well. So
Yeah. What question or misconception people always ask you whenever they know that you are from New Zealand?
a misconception is that New Zealand's part of Australia, or that we are Australians. That's the biggest misconception, especially in America. That whoever knows me here knows that is the biggest thing I get triggered, I guess, about.
You're perceived like, no, it's not part of Australia.
100%. Everybody knows it who knows me.
What do you think is the best thing about being an international student athlete? What's the fun thing?
I think having a different background, coming into a different society and a different culture and the way that things, the way things work over here. Um, I think that's the best part of it. I mean, especially kind of seeing what their culture is like and meeting new internationals and seeing what their cultures are like. I always like being open-minded on those things, and just seeing how things are, like all the way from where I am to all the way to here. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I personally really love when I can relate to all international
yeah,
that I have, even though that we are from different parts of the world. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah.
If I or anyone watching wanted to go to New Zealand, what are the two top things that we must do or go?
Okay, so if you're coming to New Zealand, you must go on a road trip down to the South Island. Um, just the scenic drive and the scenic views that you see on it is beautiful. Milford Sound is a place that you should definitely go. They use it a lot in the movies and stuff like that, just as like a scenic background or something like that. And so I think it's a perfect place to go to see. Another thing is definitely try the food. Definitely try the food. It's fresh. It's different. It's definitely different from over here.
I know.
And yeah, I miss it a lot. But yeah, those are two things that you should definitely do. Actually, I'll add in another one. Our indigenous kind of culture is something that's really really cool and really interesting. Especially you know from being coming from back from here, um, they don't really understand how like incorporated into society the indigenous culture is, especially in the New Zealand and the Māori, what we call the Māoris um, culture. So yeah,
One day I will go there, hopefully.
yeah, I hope so too.
Thank you, Kruz, so much for being with me. I really enjoyed your stories today. Thank you.
No, of course, of course. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end. Thank you so much for following through and stay tuned for our next spin.